Hello, and thank you for tuning in today. We are joined today by Jobie Patrick with financial consultant or a financial consultant. I can't speak today at Patrick Financial, and John Palin with Accounting and Tax Solutions, ATS. So welcome, and thank you for coming on this afternoon. Jobie, I'm going to kick things off with you, and why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and share more about your role at Patrick Financial, and then I'll let you introduce John so he can share his roles.
Well, sure. The Patrick Financial Group's been here in Brighton for over 20 years. We're on Grand River, across from Bell Tire and Meyer. They call it the Jimmy John's building now. I've been there for 20 years and it's still known as Jimmy John's. So we've been in the community, serving the community here. Personally, I've been at it for 30 years as a financial planner and a fiduciary. We were fortunate enough at the end of last year to acquire John Palin, who is another financial advisor with 30 years experience as well, and as a fiduciary, which is important to note these days. I mean, the term fiduciary means doing things in a client's best interest. It's unfortunate they got to make a law to do that, but that's what that means. So what we're able to do now is partner with ATS Financial and Tax Service. We've gone under their umbrella to allow us access to their 7 tax and financial offices. They do roughly over 5,000 tax returns, but they also do mergers, acquisitions, and high-end things that we need for our clients that need those sorts of things. So John and I spend most of our time with 401k pension rollovers, handling retirees' money, navigating what's turned out to be a very volatile market this year. It's been a tremendous help having John on board with his 30 years experience as we try and get through what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and inflation and the Federal Reserve and all these things that are kind of piled on for 2022.
Definitely has been an interesting year. We kind of migrated out of COVID, so to speak, and right into, like you said, a whole volatile situation within the world once again. So I'm sure that that is presenting a lot of challenges to your clients that you serve.
It is. We'll get through it. It's another experience that we've had in many years of ups and downs with the market, but we'll come out of this one okay as well. A lot of work that we've done at Patrick Financial has been with the community in terms of some of the areas you're familiar with, like the Downtown Howell Development Group, who does a lot of work for the community in terms of different programs that they're able to put money back in, 501c3 that we're able to work with. This has been a blessing for us to work with, as well as an outfit called Work Skills. Work Skills is another local operation that has the ability to bring into their factory people that need to get resumes going. They work with autism. They work with people that need to get started. They've also recently, this Work Skills Corporation has started a house over on Coon Lake for brain injury patients, all through donations. And this is a big part of what we're also doing in the community.
And you are also one of our major sponsors with the Howell Balloonfest, which this year we are very excited to be bringing back in its full traditional glory. It is a 3-day event, and it truly is an economic driver for the whole region, not just the Howell community. We are anticipating crowds of upwards of 100,000 up to 150,000 if we get that wonderful pure Michigan weather, 80 degrees sunny that we are known for. So you are our wristband sponsor this year, so we greatly appreciate that, and we know that supporting the community is a huge, that's very high priority for Patrick Financial, and all of the communities are very grateful for that support.
Looking forward to it too. It was tough times getting through that when we couldn't have the big gatherings with 2020 and last year. So I'm excited to get back to it, and I also think it's important when times are tough, like a 2020, when the event is barely happening, to stay with it. To keep the support when people need it. Everybody wants to give it when times are good, so there's loyalty there. And I think that's the thing John brings to the table too. He's out of Plymouth, Michigan, ATS, who's now Patrick Financial with us. Plymouth, Michigan, with the same hometown values that we have. Wouldn't you say, John?
Yeah, so having been in the area, I've been in South Lyon for, my wife and I have lived there for over 30 years now. I grew up in Farmington, both areas that have that small town feel and hometown values that Patrick Financial Group is known for. And over the years, my background working with clients on portfolios, navigating these difficult times, whether it be on the institutional side, working with the pension funds, working with endowments, working with foundations, or individuals. Individuals feel that volatility like we're experiencing this year much more directly, and so we have to be very, very aware of that as we navigate these markets.
Yeah, sometimes, it comes down to just calming the client, letting them know that there's a history on this sort of thing. We look back on these geopolitical conflicts and there is a history. It's unlike when we went into COVID. COVID, there was no history on the market. It was a 100-year epidemic, and it was very scary. We go into a market that we have the things that are going on now with inflation and rate hikes, and we look at the history on these things and we can see the patterns that the markets provided us, and we are also taking positions to just minimize down risk right now, to take advantage of what we think will be a better back half of the year when we get close to midterm elections. Stock markets like gridlock, and I think it may be a season for gridlock in November election. So if that's the case, we'll see how the market responds, and hopefully that's better than the first half. So something to look forward to there.
Well, absolutely. It's always nice to have a reassuring voice, kind of a voice of reason. Like John had mentioned, when it's your own personal funds, it's a little hard to step back and look at it objectively and realize that we've endured, I mean, I'm no expert, but I think we've endured very similar, if not worse, circumstances, and we always do seem to come out on the other side a little bit, at least substantial or a little bit better than we started. So sometimes having someone else tell us that and kind of reassure us is very helpful.
Yeah, markets and the economy are very vibrant, and they can recover very quickly. And when we look at indicators right now, there's a lot of discussion around, well, are we heading for a recession? But recessions don't start when our labor market is as strong. Recessions need things to be much worse than they are now. But we also, we've also, with 30 plus years experience for both of us, we've been here before. So we know we're never comfortable when we're here, but we know how to navigate from here forward.
Whole lot of fun, huh? So we're getting into the weeds a little bit, but I wanted to ask you, have you seen the flying carpet in downtown Howell?
I have not.
No.
I have not, but I know that you are a major, you have a lot to do with that. You're a major sponsor for that event, and I know that that's something that you hold very dear to your heart.
Well, can I give you a short story?
Absolutely.
Okay, short story is the Downtown Howell Development Group, which, by the way, is being looked at by cities across the country for their work. They're very innovative in what they do. They were going to fly to Amsterdam to take a look at these outdoor carpets that could be used for a mobile, almost anything, from a playground to a gathering spot. I think the big thing with Howell is we have a lot of parking lots and things. We don't have as much lawn besides the courthouse. So they were looking for something that could be a pop-up, just a pop-up. So no one had this particular piece in the United States. So at this point they came to us and said, hey, do you want to sponsor this thing? And we need X and we'll go get it. And I said, well, absolutely, it sounds like a great thing. It turns out it was the first one in the United States. Many other cities around the country took a look at it and made similar commitments. And it has been used extensively as everything from a concert gathering to a place for the kids to meet, to yoga workouts, and it's been fun. And that's one of those many things that we try and do don't really want the recognition as much as want to get the satisfaction of watching people use it. So.
Well, we do work very closely with both DDA and Main Street, and they are one of our, they're a great partner with the Chamber, and these programs that we are able to bring back this year are, they're exciting in so many ways. Number one, just because people, I think, just are craving something to do, something, you know, in a traditional format. I mean, fortunately, we were able to, you know, a lot of events we were able to kind of adjust and bring back in a certain capacity, but it just didn't have that same energy and excitement. And I think people are really looking forward to this. And you had mentioned before that, you know, all of these events that we put on, we would not be able to do without our sponsors and our community partners. And the fact that you recognize the importance of, even in those struggling times, being able to help us keep those afloat in some capacity is so important, just to keep them top of mind, so that when we do come back and are able to bring them back full force, people, they remember and get excited about it and want to come out and join and participate again. So
absolutely. And like I say, after what we've been through as a society with the lockdowns and this, it's time to celebrate a little bit, you know, and let's get back to some normalcy, whatever that is, and enjoy our summer. I'm looking forward to summer.
Yeah, and it's going to be great to be part of a group like Patrick Financial that that does so much in the community, and really partners with Howell, partners with the area. I'm very excited for these opportunities.
Well, we are excited, like I said, with Balloonfest, so we're looking forward to seeing you both there, hopefully, and bringing out your families and enjoying the balloons and just the camaraderie that I think is really what's been missing, and that whole sense of community. Even though I think we have maintained it pretty well during COVID, but just to be able to all be together again and see the crowds and hopefully, knock on wood, we're going to have, like I said, that wonderful weather, so the balloons will be up in the air, and I mean, that's something the whole county can enjoy, is having the balloons flying overhead. Really quick though, I would like to make sure that anybody who is interested in, whether they're a larger company, a smaller company, individuals who would like some advice and just to have that security of working with a financial advisor, how do they get a hold of either one of you?
Well, we're at Patrick Financial Group here in downtown Brighton. We're available at 810-225-9876. We handle everything from retirement rollovers, pensions, just savings in general. I would say that the easiest way might be patrickfinancialgroup.com as well, you know, just to log on and take a look. And if you'd like to come in for a free consultation, please, that's what you can do. And we are fee-based advisors, not commissioned. So there's a big difference in how you get your advice.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again, both Jobie and John, for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing you out and about.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Diane.